I had just been promoted to detective after 5 years on patrol. It was my first time on a major case. It had been a month since Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped. The Armstrongs were desperate for some sign of hope. I was there only for paperwork, to fill in some blanks.
Why? 第一个。哎，不能下车。为什么不能下？哎。
A topographical map, often more important than a road map in these mountains.
Oh, okay. 哦。按错。阿奇安。黛西啊，黛西，对，就是那个女生。索尼娅·阿姆斯壮。哦哈。100万。
The misspellings are clearly on purpose, and they didn't return the child when the ransom was paid. I can't imagine the pain her parents felt when they realized Daisy was gone. How are they going to feel when they realize I have no answers for them? Only more questions. I can't imagine the pain her parents felt when they realized Daisy was gone. How are they going to feel when they realize I have no answers for them? Only more questions.
保姆。
That's why I'm here. A damn computer glitch. Or somebody pushed delete instead of save. Whatever happened, we lost the nanny's deposition. So my entire contribution to the investigation is to take it again.
这个感觉有点像是保姆跟黛西的联手，就是他们可能其实应该是保姆，可能应该是黛西，是不是可能说想要让爸爸妈妈就是可能注意到他还是什么的，然后联合保姆一起演出这件事情，然后就没想到保姆就弄假成真，感觉就是小孩子也笨。
The phone record of the night of the kidnapping. The last call was for 911.
看这是真的耶，真的耶，我怎么复制了这么多？来，我来修改一下，干，不是啊，他明明前面没有那么多才对啊，贱人，等一下我要怎么改？不是呢，我要怎么改？不是，我要在这里改。我明明就复制，这边。我刚才心想说，我的为什么我标题好长一大串哦？直播编辑，好好笑哦！现在观看加入，然后这样2个小时，现在播放我真的很复制太多了啦，储存，好好笑。好，这样，真的很好笑亮哥哥，对啊，我复制过大过头好糗。
The phone record of the night of the kidnapping. The last call was for 911.
OK. 请大家观看，请大家观看，稍后观看。这次，在上车下车。 唉，如果真的家里庭院这么大的话，也是不错啊，车子都可以随便停啊。
Good evening, Colonel Armstrong?
Yes.
为什么
You're the detective
为什么
they
上校
phoned
的
about.
家里的房子可以那么
I
大？
don't remember you.
I'm newly assigned to the case.
It's about time more detectives were involved. My wife, Sonia, she hasn't been herself. Every day is a waking nightmare for us. Tell me you've uncovered something new.
I'm here to speak to your daughter's nanny. There was a computer problem. Her earlier statement has been lost.
Oh, I see. We had hoped. Well, do as you wish. I won't be far if you need me.
哇，这沙发真的很棒哎！我真的觉得这种，其实我后来现在很喜欢极简风的家庭。哇，这是家有壁炉超巨大版本哎，好赞哦！
Sympathy and support for the Armstrong family during this difficult time. Thoughtful, but never enough.
可是它花都掉了满地耶！哦，没有，他只是故意的吧。
What a dear child.
白爸说我的存款很极简，你喜欢吗？极简风很好，但是实际上就是会买东西。没错，白爸的钱包很极简，收纳要花很多心思。其实我真的以前是不太买东西啊，应该说我买的东西都是对，就是我很少会买装饰品类的东西。我喜欢极简风，也是瑞塔，没错。哇，黑猫欸，在房间，他佣人的房间会不会比我的房间还要高级呢？太高级了吧！欸，哇，保姆的房间还有一个大阳台欸，怎么办？我好想应征哦。
Hello, are you Suzanne Moreau, Daisy's nanny?
Yes?
I'm Joanna Locke, a detective working on Daisy's case.
Is there any
哎，小东
news?
安，
I'm afraid not.
How can I help
没
you?
错，
I'm really sorry. I'm afraid I
自
have
从完了
to take
斯
your
普拉，
statement again
小乐是越
concerning
越
the
多了。
evening of Daisy's disappearance. There was a computer problem. Your statement was accidentally deleted.
Of course. I want to help any way I can.
绑架
Tell
案
me
发，
about that night in your own words.
The Armstrongs had a party to raise money for a museum, I think. Mrs. Armstrong is on their board. I was in charge of Daisy. I stayed with the little one all evening,
他
playing with
他
her
口音
and
他口音有
reading
点
books to her. She couldn't sleep with all the noise and the comings and goings.
被绑。
When did you notice Daisy was missing?
I was only gone 5 minutes to phone my mother. She's in the hospital. When I returned, Daisy wasn't in her bed. I thought she might have gone to look at the party, but then I saw the ransom note on her pillow. I screamed and screamed. I couldn't stop.
嗯，
Did you notice anything unusual before that?
I was with Daisy all evening. Finally, she fell asleep. I didn't see anyone else or notice anything in particular.
Do you have any idea who did this?
No! I can't see who could have done such a horrible thing.
他的
The
肩膀
Armstrongs
好
are such
真的
good
好
people.
宽哦，
Like my
有
own
练
family.
哦。
Thank you for giving me your statement again. I'll get back to you if I have any questions.
I won't be far.
Okay, I have Suzanne's statement. But her
我也觉得他
answers
怪
need
怪
some
的。
checking. A toy train. Now here I am on a real one. Lyon. in
那样，
France. What a lovely looking city.
我觉得他怪怪的哦，他是法国人，他应该是法国人。欸，真的很赞呢，房间真的很赞呢。欸，我给你按 Y。针对莫罗小姐对她那一通电话里提出的证词，选取一个与证词不符的关键。我最后一，我看啊，苏珊·莫罗、阿姆斯壮先生 夫妇举办派对，要为一座图书馆募资。阿姆斯壮太太很忙，分不开身，和平常一样，在这时候是由我负责照顾黛西。我整晚都和这个孩子待在一起，陪他玩，朗读书里的故事给他听。家里闹纷纷的，他很难入睡。我最后一次看到黛西大约是10点30分，那时候我上楼看到他房间看他，我注意到苏珊不在，但黛西睡得很香。我陪了10分钟左右，我以为苏珊很快就回来。哦，这个
This information does not correspond to what Suzanne told me. Suzanne said she left Daisy alone
对
for
啊
5 minutes, but Mrs. Armstrong says she stayed with Daisy for a while and Suzanne did not return. The detective gets it right.
哦，他也会有这种我猜对了。哦吼。那我要回去指责他。抓到。不能
Do you have any idea who did this?
No, bien.
不能跳过我也可以说，我就知道你有问题。谁的房间？这其他人房间我可以去吗？也可以。理想。
Mrs. Armstrong, my name is Joanna Locke. I'm a detective investigating the kidnapping of your daughter. May I talk to you? When is your baby due? Mrs. Armstrong? Sonia?
I don't want to talk. I just want to see my daughter again. That's all that matters.
Poor woman.
哦，那好怪哦。安抚他的线索。哈，这些东西能安抚他？屁嘞！这些东西会加深他的那个吧？
Hey, I'm a pretty good detective after all.
什么野力攻杀小？他在说什么啦？哦，有人在写。哦。
Mrs. Armstrong? Let me show you this.
Daisy, my little Daisy. I miss her so much. How good it is to see her face.
I can't imagine the pain you're feeling right now.
She loved her little stuffed animal, Fluffy. She took him everywhere
Fluffy.
with her. The kidnappers took it as well. They didn't have to. That means they wouldn't hurt her, doesn't it?
Every lead will be followed up. You have my word on that.
Thank you. I shouldn't lose hope. Somehow.
I know it isn't my case, but I just made a promise, and I mean to keep it.
我觉得
Do you know where I
我
can
觉得
find Miss
就是
Moreau?
我说的，
She's
一
in
定
her
是
room.
保姆，
Last door on the left.
一定是保姆
Tell me
联手
about
做
the
这件
night
事
Daisy
情。
was taken, especially anything about your daughter and Suzanne Moreau.
Apart from seeing to our guests, I took a moment to check on Suzanne and Daisy in Daisy's room. Suzanne wasn't there, but Daisy was asleep. I sat with her for 10 minutes or so. Suzanne didn't return while I was there, but there's no reason for her to sit there all night when Daisy is asleep. I went back downstairs.
May I come back if I have more questions?
Of course. Anything I can do.
Okay, the stories Sonia and Suzanne tell don't. The world through the eyes of a child seems so sweet.
绑匪当天的10点 26分，早上10点26分。在绑票案当天的通话记录。对啊。
That is not exactly what Suzanne told me earlier. Suzanne was on the phone more than 5 minutes. That is a great detective job.
那个孕妇眼妆好重，好重。对啊，那个眼妆真的超重的，有点可怕哎。要当面质问了，来。
A toy castle. When I was a kid, I had a police station and a tiny squad car with a siren that really worked.
If 可是这么简单的破绽，怎么可能？现在
If I
才
understand you correctly, you left Daisy when she was not asleep?
The party was very loud. Daisy was too wound up to sleep. I read her a Motley Mule detective story to try and put her to sleep. Daisy finally fell asleep. Right before Motley Mule solved his case in the book I was reading her. I had to make a quick phone call. No more than 5 minutes. But when I came back, Daisy was gone.
Are you sure you were only gone for 5 minutes?
5, 6, what does it matter? It was very quick.
You say you were only away 5 or 6 minutes, but Mrs. Armstrong says she was alone there more like 10 minutes. And the phone record shows that you stayed on the call for more than 30 minutes, way longer than you said.
My mother is extremely ill. It's difficult for me. I may have lost track of time. When I came back, Daisy had disappeared.
孩子摸
It
脖
must
子
have been a coincidence.
You
表
have
示
to
他很
be
紧张。
precise, Suzanne. A little girl's life is at stake.
Why are
说
you
谎的
doing
人
this?
就会一
I
直
didn't do
摸头
anything
发、
wrong.
摸脖子、
I
摸
would
鼻
never
子。
hurt Daisy.
I need to check Suzanne's story.
没错
She's，panicking.
你在怕什么？
Why now? I should see if the Armstrongs can confirm what Suzanne told me.
他说要查看。苏珊嫁了一个。应该是这个在这里，然后，这个最后，这个进，他从前门爬上梯子。
Score. 1 for the good guys. The
他们内心戏
kidnapper
好好
places a
笑。
ladder under the window to Daisy's room. Then he joins the party. Just one guest in the crowd. He somehow knows when Suzanne leaves the
哎，左
room,
左。
then sneaks upstairs. He opens Daisy's window, carries her down the ladder, and vanishes.
然后，痛苦不堪的母亲。啊，谁知道？谁知道？哦，吓死我了。我看一下哦。14135552140，14135552140，141355210，不是他叫人家背电话，谁会知道啊？
That's it. No rookie mistake there.
The number you have called is not in service at this time. Please hang up and dial
哦
again, or contact your service provider.
135479841520001
A hospital?
3.1419，我只会背到3.141，不是3.14195吗？ 他就有人乱打数字可以 ban 掉他。我等下就是叫他要抖内，叫他抖内1354796551。我背错了，不是3.14195吗？
I spoke with Suzanne. She was phoning her mother. That's why you didn't see her when you
还
went
是
to check on
3.14159？
Yes, her mother. I tried to call the poor woman earlier that week, but the hospital said she's been in a medically induced coma for more than 2 months.
Suzanne told me she called her mother, but she would have known her mother was in a coma.
为什么苏珊要讲这么容易被拆穿的话？就是很太不可啊！那之前的警察是在搞什么？警察怎么可能没有问到这一趴？哇，这楼梯真的很赞哎！好，他是其实这种，真的很喜欢这种楼梯。
Their fairy tale became a nightmare. How are you doing? Are you holding up?
You know, in the military, you're supposed to have the stiffest
对啊
of upper，
这边
lips.
的房子
The
设计
desert
真的
war
很猛
taught me that soon enough.
我还蛮
Yes,
喜欢的。
It's difficult.
其实
damned difficult.
以前不太能理解
Harder on my good lady,
挑
of course.
高，就是这种中间挑高的那种
Do
房
you
子
know。where I can find Miss
然后可是
Moreau?
后来
The
我就
room
觉
is
得这种其实
upstairs
真的才是
across the
最
hall
棒，因为
from
它这种采光是很漂亮
Daisy's.
的。
She seldom leaves it.
Did you see Miss Moreau during the party?
I remember seeing her at some point, but
一楼
otherwise
挑
no.
高算
I
数
was
字
too
对
busy
啊
with my guests.
然后
I
所以我
had to
现在蛮
smile,
喜欢，可是
shake the proffered hand.
当然有挑高的不好了，但是我是
Miss
现在
Moreau
是
told
看
me
到
she
那
called
种
her
就是
mother.
透天
Well,
厝
why
的是
not?
一楼
I
挑高
believe
是
they are very close.
我就觉得
The
哇
poor woman is not well. She
很
needs
美。
some experimental
我觉得
treatment
楼
that
中
isn't
楼
available yet in France.
楼中楼现在就会觉
I
得
won't
有
be long.
Take whatever time you need.
这种你看，但这种缺点就是这种台湾的话，就是因为上面玻璃会很脏，但是这种就会你看它的采光就会特好。可是，在台湾就很不适合的原因，是因为台湾如果是刚好在西晒会很热，会超热。我是不是要回去找那个？真的很美台湾找不到这么大的院子，可以啦。那个谁家，有钱人家就有了。等我看一下。好，应该是要去找他对峙。
The number you called that night is no longer in service.
I don't understand. That's the number the hospital gave me to call my mother's room.
You told me you were on the phone with your mother when Daisy was abducted.
As we said earlier, I didn't pay attention and was on the phone longer than I said. But since my mother is very ill, she had to leave her hometown, Lyon, because the treatment is not approved yet in France. She is in an hospital in Boston for a special treatment. I call her every night to check on her. When I came back, Daisy was gone. I'll never forgive myself.
我当时没注意到，讲电话的时间比我说的还要久。我每天都打电话给他，确认他的情况，但我还在担心我无法原谅我自己。
Are you sure you called your mother?
Are you
Yes.
sure?
Every night since she was admitted in December.
Suzanne, I think you really care for Daisy. If
嗨，
you
晨
do,
晨。对
then
啊，
tell me the truth.
他
You
没有美。
can't have been calling your mother while she's in a coma.
My mom really is in a hospital in Boston. She really is in
你
a
看他一直在
coma.
摸脖子。
I wasn't calling her. I was on the phone with my boyfriend. Noah.
Why lie about it? Why are you panicking?
Because he's gone. I haven't heard from him since the night of the kidnapping. I'm afraid he's somehow connected to Daisy's disappearance. That he was just using me somehow. But I swear I talked to him. Yes, for more like 30 minutes that night. So he couldn't have kidnapped Daisy
他有
at the same
同
time
伙
we
啊，
were
傻逼。
talking.
But he could have kept you talking so someone else could take Daisy.
Yes, you can see why I lied. Can't you? I was afraid you'd suspect me of having something to do with it.
那你就
You
配
can
合啊
understand that, can't you?
Can't you?
Suzanne, I want to believe you, but you've made it harder to find Daisy. Do you realize that?
Oh my god. What have I done?
What's most important is not what you've done, but what you do now. Go. I'll be back to talk to you. No more lies, Suzanne. For Daisy. No more lies.
No more lies.
Noah. The name might lead us to that little girl. I am on this case now.
诺亚。
Whether my captain wants me to be
哎
or not.
我记得诺亚不是那个谁，是不是那个列车上面的谁？对啊，一堆人都失踪，妈的，一堆毛哎、
Huh. Huh.
啊，哎，不是，
What's in the glass case? Oh, big surprise. Glasses.
为什么？
I expect Suzanne must have gone through a lot of tissues these past weeks. An Eiffel Tower keychain, but no key.
戒指吗？
Small jewelry box. By the size, I'm guessing earrings.
他可以打开看啊，他不用拆啊，干嘛用拆？哦，每一本书都还可以看，真的假的？啊，他说他要念那个童书给他听，日记本吗？啊，他也不能看啊。不是啊，这点的意义是什么？成就而已吗？哦，你点了所有的书。哎呀，黑猫嘞？猫咪去哪里了？车上的站务员。车上的站务员诺亚，没有车上的站务员不是？哦，你说那个调酒师吗？那个弟弟吗？
Tell me about your boyfriend. Have you been together long?
My boyfriend?
Why?
Why? He doesn't have anything to do with this.
Please, Suzanne, the sooner you answer my question, the
闭上你的
sooner
嘴
we'll be
巴。
done.
His name is Noah Garrity. I met him at a
Noah
lunar New Year party
Garrity.
in Great Barrington. He is a kind and caring
对
person.
啊，我也觉得诺亚有
Although
印象，但是
when
我也想不起
I
来。
miss him. He had to
Noah
go away on
Garrity.
business. He should be back.
等一下，我来看一下。我记得，诶，我看一下，我可以按什么？这个，诺亚咖喱迪，诺亚咖喱迪，诺亚咖喱迪。啊，他不是，他是上恩佛学。诶，没有这个人诶，没有诺亚。诶。我怎么印象有这个人？叫诺亚咖喱迪耶，还是他只是假名？啊，好，所以这边没有了。诶，等，还是还有个电话号码？哦，没有。好。
Know anything about Miss Moreau's boyfriend?
Her boyfriend? I know she went out with someone for a while there. More recently, I saw a
四
man in
轮
a
驱动车的
4x4
男
who
人
would pick her up on her nights
四
off.
轮
He never
传
got
动
out of
车。
his car, just waited for her. She did seem to spend more time than usual on the phone these past few weeks, but she worked hard. We weren't going to begrudge her what free time she had. Since the abduction, she keeps pretty much to herself.
I won't be long.
Take whatever time you need.
这个啊，
These tire tracks could well be from Suzanne's boyfriend's 4x4. That is a great detective job.
不知道之前警察在干什么，这不是很清楚明了的事情吗？诶，我刚才不是已经搜查过了？我刚才不是搜查过房间了？可以用跑，可以用跑。他房间我看一下哦，还有哪里？可是我刚才这边是还有啊，这本书哦，靠北在这里。
A locked diary? Let's see if I can shine some light on its secrets.
所以我要想办法打开。
A card from the florist. It's signed
No.
N.
好，到了。啊，现在已经在那个盒子里面吧？不是。应该可以打开吧？为什么不能打开？可以啦。
Why put a key in a jewelry box? That doesn't work.
小米，
That doesn't work.
啊，层锁对不对？是不是？是不是锁哪里？然后我要再去，所以锁不是在这里，是不是？看起来已经拿完了。来，我来看一下哈。那我的锁是要可以开哪里？都开完了，这没有。我等一下我再去看一下，看一下。或者哈。对啊，应该是有东西没找到。是不是藏在里面？
I expect Suzanne must have.
没有钥匙。
An Eiffel Tower.
好，反正就是有钥匙，但是不知道要开哪里。我可以直接再去找书商，叫他帮我开就好了。还是里面 说不定里面有。因为他说这边找到了。
I've earned a gold mustache.
黑猫在这里，可是看起来不像这边有。
Can you tell me anything about Suzanne's boyfriend?
I know she dated our chauffeur for a while. There was someone else she'd met recently, but I don't recall his name.
苏珊的阳台好大哦，好好哦。我现在就想说，如果我真的就是现在想要有新的就住的地方啊，其实我会很希望我的露台大一点就是阳台的大一点。我现在觉得阳台好重要，以前都不觉得，以前觉得阳台不是一个很重要的事情。
Any idea what this small key unlocks?
No,
艾亮哥说，我会来刚从19集回来。19集。
I imagine these flowers must have been beautiful. Who gave them to you?
The gardener. They're getting pretty wilted, but I hate to throw them away.
收集楼上垃圾的平台，收集不会啦。他说什么？等一下我再看一次。
Any idea?
No, I found it.
他捡起来的。我已经找到了。他说是来问问，应该没有，他没有。
I won't be long.
好的，这个楼上我刚刚也翻过啦。对啦，主要是晒衣服啦。他说园丁啊，还是应该。过不去。这也过不去。应该是还是要回去那个房间之类的。这边可以进去？不行啊。这边都看过了。一定是还有什么东西没有看到，可是也没亮啊。
A toy train.
对啊。可是这边没有东西。只剩下这个而已。可是我也没有钥匙。然后，这看起来也没有东西啊。他的那一把钥匙到底是开哪里的？看一下这边有什么都可以。我是觉得那个小女孩房间，她应该那个钥匙是开小女孩房间的。不行哦。应该也问完了。
The world through the eye.
猫咪，给我点提示，猫咪。萨卡纳180正在游玩 Monster Hunter World。 人类摸我，我想
The world
摸
through。the eyes of a child.
爸爸一定很惊恐，是什么？我有在看呢、我没有在玩，我有在看。不，我的意思是说，为什么不开台？好啊，都不要开台啊！我就想要听百八的，我最好是，怎么又是？屁嘞，怎么可能？我满血。
Not really my style, but I'll take it.
百八的尖叫声才是一绝啊！那天我在里面听他打，哇！我觉得他一定是尖叫声连连啊，但是但因为他没有尖叫，没有声音，所以我就有点口
The
气。
number you called that night? Tell me about
My boyfriend? He doesn't have any.
Please.
His name?
对呀、糟糕，我现在卡住了呢。对呀、这边都问完了。其实没开麦的时候，我都没声音。其实是因为我在自己打的时候，我也很少会很少会讲话。不是，有线索，我按一下线索。废话啊！靠！原来是我的方向错误是吗？真的没开麦，我其实也真的不太对啊。我玩游戏没开麦的时候，真的就是都很冷静烂透了！竟然是要转个方向，我怎么？不是啊，他就只能这样转啊。
That doesn't work.
靠！我真的要被气死
That doesn't.
他回来啊？还有什么方式可以转？
That doesn't.
不是啊，这样子吗？真的假的？
Okay, Suzanne. Let's see what you haven't told me.
屁嘞！Kiko， 不是，那不是，那他Casey 和诺亚一起在公园度过每一天。我感觉到他正渐渐对我敞开心房。我滔滔不绝地说我的工作，我告诉他我有多喜欢阿姆斯壮一家，特别是黛西。我是觉得他很用心在经营我们的感情。现在要遇到这种男人，实在太难了。我和诺亚上我们最爱的馆子，蓝色珊瑚礁共进午餐。一开始气氛很棒。后来发现一件事情，诺亚收到一封简讯，我不知道那是什么样的简讯，但是他说我们必须要离开，他什么都不肯多说。结果我们去了山上，终于我们来到了荒郊野外的一间小木屋，他叫我待在车上，真不浪漫的情人节。诺亚送我花，平常他都是很体贴，但不管怎么说，我觉得他今天变得好疏远，我希望他没事才好。我想多关心他，但是又不想干涉他的私生活，这一看就有鬼啊！好久没写这本日记，我实在没有力气。我想这是我最后一次写了。我现在黛西被绑架，而且从那天起，我再也没有收到诺亚的消息，也就是黛西被带走的那一天。他在电话里面说个不停。我离开黛西太久，结果他不见了。我以为他爱我，但他再也没有打电话给或什么的。自从黛西出事的那晚之后，他还是没有回我讯息。我迷失了，黛西失踪是我的错，我没有看好他。
I can see why Suzanne didn't tell me everything about this note.
傻女孩
It's clear when he disappeared that she
但他也没有
realized
跟
something was
警察
going
明讲，我
on.
就觉得也有问题啊。 不行啊！他要大义灭亲啊，对方也没送他什么。女的很晕欸，对啊，女的很晕欸，真的很阴险欸，妈的阴险鬼！唉，真的很晕欸，除非诺亚很帅，我等一下来会诺亚。如果诺亚很帅，我就算了。他就是如果他不帅的话，我实在是不懂他那晕个屁呀！来。
Tread marks of a four-wheel drive vehicle were found outside the garden on the night of the kidnapping. Noah drives one, doesn't he? Where is he, Suzanne? If you know anything more about him, you have to tell me.
I know what you're thinking, but it's impossible. He was very nice to me. He never did anything to make me suspicious.
他从来没有做。
We went out to eat, to the
废
movies.
话。
Just like a normal couple, he's not the only man in the Berkshires who drives that kind of car.
我如果是他，我会先赏他一巴掌，然后跟他讲说：“好啊，黛西的死都是你造成的啊！我知道你在想什么，但是那不可能，他对我非常好，他从来没做过任何让我起疑的事情。这个啦。”
You really didn't notice anything strange about Noah until he vanished?
He could get moody at
晕船是人之
times,
常情，那你可
as
能要
if
失望
he had a lot on his mind.
我当上海军上船艇。蓝色
You
珊瑚
mentioned the Blue Lagoon. Why?
I don't know. I never thought about it. I guess he liked the place.
That makes sense.
情人
In your diary, you say that Noah took you to a cabin in the mountains on Valentine's Day.
You read my diary?
I'm sorry, but we have to find Daisy. We both want that. So yes, I looked in your diary.
You're right. He took me to a cabin in the woods. I waited for him in the car. He came out after a few minutes. He was very sweet and apologetic, but he never explained. We went back to the restaurant for dessert.
Did you ever go back to the cabin with him?
No, never.
So what made Noah drive all the way to a cabin in the middle of nowhere? He left her in the car. Why was he there? This is important. I know it is. I can use Suzanne's directions to the cabin and compare them to the map of the area I have in my car. 所以可以不用问，我看一下，他没得问了。好，结束他的趴结束了。警察真的很喜欢在车盖上面， Suzanne gave me, I should be able to find the cabin on this map.
就是车盖上面有那个，就是放地图的没看。我不知道路怎么走，但是我知道是我们先出城，然后穿过两座桥和一片森林，接着经过左边的一片玉米田，接下来就是越来越茂密的森林了，然后最后我们来看看啊，出城，城，我要是城啊，城在这里吧，这是城吧，对不对？然后左边也有城啊，两个桥应该就是这个桥跟这个桥，对不对？然后经过了左边。唔对，安尼唔对。还是出城是这个城，经过了两个桥，一个桥，两个桥，然后左边一片，而你这边右边也有一片啊，所以不如进这边。 对啊，玉米田左手边的玉米田再加玉米田再加森林，玉米田再加森林，左手边的玉米田。这个，可是这边没有2个桥啊。他说先穿过2个桥，再跟一片树林。先穿过2个桥，然后再穿过一片树林。先穿过2个桥，再穿过一片树林，所以先穿过2个桥，再穿过一片树林。先穿过2个桥，爱家，先玉米田，左手一片玉米田，然后就开始进入。我觉得是这里耶，左手一片玉米田，然后就。可是他这样就会过桥啊，对不对？左手一片玉米田，然后就，可是，先过了桥。他说穿过2个桥跟一片树林，是这里吧？然后左手一片玉米田，然后就越来越茂密的，不对啊？从左边出城，是这个吗？经过了2个桥跟一个森林，左手边。
I got it. The cabin has to be here. I have to find that cabin. I hope I'm not too late.
我是算找，这真的是那个才是。我不是不，但我有点搞不清楚，但是我很怕他其实我应该对，应该是对的吧？错的话他应该会说，不对哦，错的找左左，没错，错的找左左。他单枪匹马的就这样杀去，如果里面人家荷枪实弹呢？是傻逼耶
！Okay, here is this famous cabin.
我真的觉得这女的真的是不太。警察最不得。
Hello? Is anyone there?
Nobody. I can't just waltz in without a warrant.
要叫支援吧。
Hello?
Nobody. I can't just waltz in without a warrant.
我看起来好可怕哦。你可以转动。我那天因为我最近 也不是，就是我最近还蛮喜欢看露营的东西，然后反正呢就是我还蛮反正我就有在看，就是那个就是他们不是都会自己劈柴吗？我就想说一个斧头应该没有很贵吧？哇，我那时候看漂亮的斧头，也不是漂亮的斧头，就看起来好像很厉害的斧头。
Noah brought Suzanne to this dump on
哇
Valentine's Day?
超贵，
What a romantic.
贵死！就是那种很小的一个斧头，然后就很贵，然后我就心里想说，哇，露营真的是一个大坑哎，好可怕哦！知道它叫支援，可是它这么远，是深山哎。
There's nothing but trees in that direction. I should focus on the cabin.
不是啊，你又这人又不理你，你又叫不进，你又进不去。对啊。像我其实如果自己一个人，我不太喜欢住在这种荒郊野外。首先我是一个城市乡巴佬。也不行，不能过去。可是他就没有，哎，有看到提示了。哎，不是，我不要这个提示。
Help yourself, Joanna. You earned it.
我要可以进去的提示。
There's nothing but trees in that direction. I should focus on the cabin.
不给我进去。
Hello?
Nobody.
Nobody.
I can't just waltz in without a warrant.
对呀，他不是就说不能，没办法。这个看过了啊。这边。
That window is too high to see through.
你又看不到。
That barrel is sturdy enough. I could climb on it.
真的很大胆哎！我看到那个娃娃哎。
It's Daisy's plush toy. If Fluffy is here, the kidnapper has been here. I have to get inside this cabin.
完了，要出事了！有人等一下要打晕我了。
Empty wine bottles. Somebody has been here lately.
有人要打晕我了，完了，我死定了。
Ugh, an old hunting trophy, starting to molt.
哇，我好害怕，我等一下按了返回之后，我是不是就要被打了？等一下 ，A B 叉 Y。
I'm not getting through this door by wishing it open. The broom isn't sturdy enough to force the door.
好，我知道你要拿什么，我知道你想拿什么，来。哇，这 B 卷真的很微耶。
A maul for splitting wood.
Nice.
Perfect for attacking doors.
之前有看过专门介绍一些零件，对啊，手工那些太贵了。那我就心想说，以前有这么贵吗？不要，你就拿着，你拿着。哇，你要不要先找资源 ？Hello。
Look at that. A broken door to investigate. No need for a warrant.
哇，这小姐真的
Some
很
people seem to have played here before. Some boxes. I wonder what they were used for. A lot of tools. I guess somebody noticed the cabin was about to fall down. The floor is scratched and worn in this area. The sofa must have been moved a lot.
下面是不是有个洞？哦，找到了。
The stove is cold. Nobody's been here recently.
梳子。
That's a woman's hairbrush. Did Suzanne actually come in here after all?
呀，吓死人了！3892。好的。blue 啊，蓝色的那个吗？蓝色什么珊瑚礁？可是它这个是珊瑚礁意思吗？连什么连谷连港连啥回？
It's fluffy, no doubt about it.
哎，
Shiny facial hair.
拉
The good
滚！
news is that it's gold.
好啦，来了 ，time to 下楼了。然后我也很喜欢，其实我很喜欢这个我很喜欢这一个这种就是柴炉，然后因为它上面就可以煮东西。我那天还在跟家讲说，叫他买，就是那种就是水壶是可以放在类似这种柴炉上面可以煮的小烟囱，我真的很喜欢这，真的，如果家里有就好了。
Damn, it's booby trapped.
Damn
If I
it.
move, it could go off, and that countdown tells me it wants to go off anyway.
什么意思？我刚才数字是多少？看我刚才数字是多少？来看一下。哦，3个轮子的符号必须要相符合哦。35124 5什么意思啊？看不懂啦。这样子吗？2这样啊？不对，5跟1，5跟1，这样，那叫5那就不是哦，5 3，不行，3只有2，那不是这个，3 4 3。不对啊，4 1啊，可是1跟2不在旁边呢。2 1 2 2 4 2 3，是。不是啊，我要干嘛？不动。我要干嘛？什么啦？爱鱼翅、爱豆腐，对啊，会爆炸。时间很够啦，只是我不知道要做什么。什么意思？我看一下线索哈。 我要把连接闪光灯的电线断开啦！就这样就好了？不可能吧？我可以看后面是不是线路？我要选择拔哪一个啦？完了！我在科技公司看这么久的电路板，我现在脑袋一片空白。我看一下，这两个接起来的是这个吗？嘣！嘣！
Since I'm telling this story to you, Mr. Poirot, you should be able to deduce I didn't blow myself up. Let's see if I can remember how I defused
我来
the
看
bomb.
看，我还记不记得？不是啊，那个，这个，等一下，我真的很丢脸呢，亏我还是每天接触电路板的人。等一下，哇，好糗哦！这样为什么？等一下。反正第一个就是他啦。哎呀，来看一眼，我完全还是看不太懂哎。前3条，我要看白线。我放弃，我想乱猜了。我不是理科人，我是文主生啊。最上面是闪光板，现在下来是铜线，什么？是什么？哪里？好想吃臭豆腐哦！我看一下。白线好了，这跟我讲说这是哪一条好了，我现在脑袋一片空白。中间吧。阿良哥哥不是也是文主了吗？来，我来看看，再翻一下。
Since I'm telling, let's see if.
好啦，第一个我还没猜。第一个上面的，好好笑哦。中间不是嘛？来，我一定要研究出来，不能愧对我每天都看那个。但我觉得我们没有那么复杂。好，红线的转过来的话，它在下面啊，下面。它是哪里啊？等一下，我对不太起， 上，左，爆炸了啦，左，怎么办？我跟
Since I'm telling this story to you, Mr. Poirot, let's see if I...
不是他那个线，我有点对不太起来哎。不过反正幸好我不用负责焊接这件事情，然后那就好了。好，中间这一条哈，中间出发，哎，好，我要翻过来咯，翻，他回来，好，屁嘞！帮你排除2个，没错。中间，所以它在上面这样过去，下面。哦，我在下面啊，下，哎，也有可能是中间哦，因为你知道为什么吗？因为它上下中，没有中。没错，来看看我呗，那得多多啦，那炸弹很多哎，我要干嘛啦？啊，什么意思？哦，要把所有的都混在一起，对不对？这样，哦 ，easy 啦。
Wow, I wonder if that's how close it was. This would have ended my investigation right here. These rods are heading towards the canisters. It must be the trigger for the explosion. I smell a strong, sweet smell. Damn. I think these are filled to the brim with diethyl ether. Incredibly flammable. It looks like the kidnappers wanted to utterly destroy this place and whoever opened this hatch. A wooden crate? I have to open it.
不要污染！不要污染
Oh no. Daisy.
！Daisy 的尸体吗？
I called in my discovery of the body. Then there was nothing I could do except protect the site for forensics.
Oh my god!
The forensics team arrived an hour later, cordoned off the cabin with crime scene tape, and went to work, looking for physical evidence, fingerprints, testing for fluids, DNA, any clues science can uncover.
被撕票，然后还要被，哇，救命哎，很过分哎。
They removed Daisy's body. The autopsy would take place in the morning. But I had one more stop to make.
我觉得保姆很过分哎，他当初就应该要赶快把事情讲出来啊！我觉得是他害死了黛西，就是因为了一个不怎么样的爱，然后。对啊，就是要藏起来啊，因为他们找到之后就会那个啊，就是他们要毁尸灭迹啊。哦，
That night, I swore to find the monster who killed that child.
我要知道那个保姆心情怎样。妈的，那个保姆在晕啊！你的男朋友都那么奇怪了，你还在晕？都有炸弹，为什么不直接毁尸？因为他要的不是他这样直接毁了，就是可能会被人家发现，因为你生火起火什么。但是他要的是来发现尸体的人也要死。
Daisy.
She was awake?
And then she collapsed again.
I take the responsibility. She was weaker than I realized.
Oh.
Lie still while I examine you. Pupils dilated?
I'm all right.
You are far from all right. You have been heavily sedated. Your pulse is very weak.
啊，那边下了镇定剂耶。
I have to finish my story. Ratchet can't escape again. Can't escape.
Have no fear of that, mademoiselle. Ratchet will not escape.
We must hear her story.
This woman needs rest. I will let you know when she is recovered enough to continue. But I warn you, it will be some time.
I understand, Doctor. Thank you.
I have completed my preliminary examination of the deceased. I think that it will interest you.
Indeed it will. And I have other witnesses to interrogate. You are right. Let's not put this poor woman in danger. There will be plenty of time for her to finish her story when she has recovered.
所以那
By
个
all means.
诺亚是那个有钱人吗？应该不可能吧？啊，因为100万，对不对？100万。哎，他是什么人？美国人。他现在是私家警佐，他应该还是警佐吧？再也逃不了，对，再也逃不
That
了。
was easy. Can you estimate the time of death?
Rigor mortis was advanced, but not complete. I estimate the death occurred between midnight and 2 in the morning.
That tallies with the witness statements I've collected so far. What is the cause of death?
Multiple stab wounds to the upper torso. It's odd there are no signs of a
要
struggle
被灌了
that
那
might
个啊，
indicate one of the first wounds was
被
enough to
灌
kill
了
him.
那个安眠药。
Seems that Monsieur Ratchet had taken sleeping pills during the night.
Ah, that would explain the lack of defensive wounds.
Mr. McQueen and Mr. Masterman told me that Monsieur Ratchet didn't smoke. Can you confirm this?
I can't say without a more extensive post-mortem.
What can you tell me about the stab wounds?
开
I
腾
counted 12 in all. One or two.
啊，腾
so
应该
slight
腾
as
让
to
完
be
了啦，
practically
腾应该
scratches.
看完那
On the
个
other hand,
正
at least
不是
three
看完什么
would be
正兴还
capable
看
of
谁的表
causing
演？
death. The angle of the wounds is instructive. Most appear to have been struck by a right-handed person. But you see, this one, under the right armpit, it's not a deadly blow given the depth.
惯用
But
右
a
手的人
right
不可能
hander
做到
couldn't have done it. It was most certainly
啊，
struck
因为
with
他
the
一
left hand.
右手，
So, our murderer is left-handed.
说不定他是拿
No, it's more
双
difficult
刀
than
啊。
that, is it not?
对啊，
As you say, Mr. Poirot, some of these other blows are just as obviously right-handed.
才12点，应该刚开始吧。大小不一的状况之下，我觉得尸体被移
Could
动。
the assassin attack, then move the body for some reason before finishing?
Monsieur Poirot, I can assure you that the body has not been moved.
Well, then we are left with the
第二个凶手
hypothesis
啊
of a，
因为
second
应该是
murder.
说每个凶手都补一刀吗？
That is
就是
just
各
what
补
I
几
am
刀，因为
asking
他没
myself.
死，对不对？
Have we here
就是
a
可能说
bizarre coincidence or what?
A 凶手跟 B 凶手不同时间进去，然后都
Thank
刺
you,
他个
Doctor.
几刀。
excellent work under difficult circumstances. Please let me know when I may speak again with Mademoiselle Locke.
Of course.
我那天有去看，好像是说他说这一个游戏的结局好像会跟原版的不太一样。上一天班，腾腾你那么年轻可以的啦。要知道谁吸电子烟最用什么？可是电子烟。这个吧。可是你问乘客有没有烟，他可能也会骗我啊，因为他可能就是。我记得他不是说那个谁啊，列车长不是列车长，管理有一个管理的那个也是。
I suppose it's likely they will give me the list of who smokes.
至少事件没有。
I'm right again.
对啊。
That happens to me a lot.
No. 12道刀伤。多的嘞。不对，按错了。拍谁？不需要。躲着雷奇特，对啊，是一个警员啊，还是啊？不是啦，应该是丢啦。阿亮哥哥晚安，他睡得很沉。对啊，人物的故事有延伸。应该是这样子吧，是不是？然后一个警官，
No, not good.
还是这个这样。
This is wrong, but I'm
交
never
叉吗
far from the truth.
总不能这样吧？不是啊，那这样子就是躲着雷。我刚刚的连法我有点忘记我是连什么，可是我觉得每个都有关联啊。1B 2C 3A 吧，1B 2C 3A。哎呀 ，Kiko 真的是，真不愧是聪明的 Kiko。我完全都不知道，对啊，我完全不知道我在连什么，连插回。
How is Mademoiselle Locke, Doctor?
Her vital signs are improving, but she is still unconscious.
I understand. Thank you for looking after her.
好，这个人睡着了，这个人没办法。6个人。
Captain Arbuthnot, I beg your pardon, but could you answer a few questions for me?
I'm grateful you found my ticket, Poirot, but now is not convenient.
I certainly didn't expect such a resistance.
是不是房间又藏了人呢？诶，这是我的房间，我的房间不需要。203的房间出事了。诶，厕所应该不会有人，毕竟错的也差不多。哦，可是我其实还是有点困惑啊。
Most of the passengers pass by the bar during the day. They
不
eat,
会啊。
drink, write. Maybe I can
我今天
use this
去参加
information
总
for
公
my
司的尾牙，
investigation.
就是因为其实我们公司的尾牙是这样，就是我们是分开的，我们算是分公司，然后我们算是分公司，也不能算分公司，是分部啦。然后因为我们的人很多，所以我们综合这边就是自己办。然后我今天就是被代表就是参加总公司的尾牙，不能抽奖的。然后他们桌上就很多酒，然后我就其实很想开，但是因为我回来还要骑车，我就忍痛的没有喝，就觉得有点可惜。只能等下个礼拜5的尾牙了。你如果知道谁是左撇子，直接问啊。
I must admit I'm not right this time. Well done.
代表听起来很无聊，就有点对啊，因为其实你又不能抽奖，然后但就可以就只能吃东西啊。然后听说这一次就是总公司请到的是就是那种，因为总公司比较大，所以他们的尾牙是会在公司自己的餐厅办，然后他们好像这次是请到蛮厉害的、蛮知名的那种中破塞来做，我觉得还蛮好吃的啦，所以我是自己吃的蛮开心的啦。反正，然后我就是在边吃的时候就边上网去买东西，所以我刚才我就在那个审社会，就是说要买还是不买，要求每个人写点什么，要求每个人。为什么不能抽奖？因为我们分部这边至少，我们不是至少，我们这边分部自己也有自己也有抽奖的东西，所以我们不会去抽总部的，然后总部也不会来抽我们分部的。但是就是为了要有点交流的心态，就是他们会邀请我们分部的去参加总部的尾牙，然后我们也会请部分的总部的人来参加我们就是有业务相关联的。米歇尔，不是为什么一直要叫我猜我？不是啊，那你不刚才不是已经讲完了吗？对啊，有知道好量不错。而且他们就很好笑，就是他们这一次的那个就是他们这次的尾牙里面是有一只波士顿大龙虾，但是然后我就是因为可能是大家吃，然后就反正有留一只那个蟹，就是那个龙虾那个螯嘛，然后我就想说没有人吃我就吃好了，结果后来我就拿来打开，哇，有够小，那个肉有够小的。
Let's start with your movements last night.
There's little to tell. I went to bed
没什么好
and
说的，
slept.
上床睡觉了。
Know the man
你
who was
认识那个
killed?
遇害的
I
人
saw
吗？
him for the first time during lunch yesterday.
Did you notice anything about him?
Well, if I
Wow.
believed in auras,
他
I
的气
might
场
say
很
he
黑暗。
seemed dark.
Would you mind writing your address on this paper for me?
Not at all.
That's it. Mademoiselle Debenham is right-handed. Do you recall what time Mademoiselle Olsen went to get some aspirin from Madame Hubbard?
I remember glancing at the clock. She left our room just
好
after
奇怪啊，他说
10:30 p.m.
Was she
他
away for
他
a long
正
time?
常人
About 5 minutes.
叫你写
That
地址，你会
confirms
写
what
吗？
Madame Hubbard told me. Do you smoke by any chance?
No, I never have.
Do you own a scarlet nightgown?
No, it isn't mine.
Whose then?
I don't know. What do you mean?
You do not say, I have no such thing. You say, it isn't mine. Meaning that you know who it belongs to, am I
哇，
correct?
英文的奥
Oh, I
妙。
see. No. I woke up this morning
我刚才
about
想说
5
没有问
a.m.
题啊。
with the feeling that the train had been standing still for a long time. I opened the door, and I saw someone in a scarlet
是啦，他乱
kimono
写
some way down the corridor. Her back was turned. It was
他乱写
impossible
其
to
实
see
也
who
没
it
有
was.
I
没差。
understand.
哇，
Thank you for your assistance, mademoiselle.
我刚刚完全没有觉得他讲话有什么不对哎，真不愧是大侦探。
Mademoiselle, I am sorry to disturb you, but I need to ask you a few questions.
Are you the investigator?
I am.
We are lucky you are on the train. What do you want to know?
I hear, mademoiselle,
中文也
that you were the
对啊。
last person to see the murdered man alive.
I do not know. It may be so. I opened the door of his compartment by mistake. I was much ashamed. It was a most awkward mistake.
You actually saw him?
Yeah, he was reading a book.
And what did you do after that, mademoiselle?
I went in to the American lady, Mrs. Hubbard. I asked her for some aspirin, and she gave it to me. I usually carry extra
通常我会帮
aspirin
难民都准备
for
一
the
些 aspirin。
refugees, but I gave mine to a camp in Turkey. They needed it more than me.
他是哪里人啊？我怎么知道他是哪里人？好像是在德国人啊，医护师吧？这个年纪46，
No, no, this is wrong.
瑞典人啊。
Et voilà. Did Mrs. Hubbard ask you whether the communicating door between her compartment and that of Monsieur Ratchet was bolted?
Yes,
And was it?
yes.
And after that, what did you do?
After that, I went back to my compartment, took the aspirin,
他是不是吃到的是安
and
眠
lay
药？
down. That was around 10:50 p.m.
Is there anyone else in your compartment?
Yeah, a young English lady. Very nice, very amiable.
After the train left Vinkovsky, did she leave the compartment?
No, I am sure she did not.
Why are you so sure if you were asleep?
I sleep very lightly. I am used to waking at a sound. I am sure that if she had come down from the berth above, I should have awakened.
Did you yourself leave the compartment after that?
Not until this morning.
一定是那个美国太太，是不是美国太太给他吃的是安眠药，所以他睡得很沉，他根本就不知。然后美国太太叫他去看那个门锁，是为了要证明他其实就没有，就是有不在场证明。
Do you have a scarlet silk kimono, mademoiselle?
No, indeed. I have a good, comfortable dressing gown of Jaeger material.
说不定那个粉红色、那个绯红色的便袍是男
Do
生
you
穿呢？
smoke, mademoiselle?
No, I can't stand the smell of tobacco.
Tobacco.
Perhaps you will be so amiable as to write me down your address.
With pleasure.
Mademoiselle Olsen is indeed right-handed. This was a very interesting conversation, mademoiselle. I thank you.
If you have any other questions, I'll be in my compartment. Good luck, Mr. Poirot.
矛盾之处。 德本和小姐整晚没有醒来。哦，那我生小姐，对啊，但是他说他看到啦，他睡。
Strange, this story. If Mademoiselle
对，
Olsen
我
is
觉得
such
他
a
就是
nice
吃了
girl,
安眠，
why
他是被
didn't
吃
she
安眠
tell
药
me
了。
about Mademoiselle Debenham getting out of bed? She even made a point to tell me the opposite. That was easy.
"他是左撇子，
I
对不
must
对？哎，
admit I'm not
等一下，
right this time.
为什么他的叉子是拿来放左边，不是吗？叉子放左边不是吃，但是他叉子是放左边哎，还是因为拿酒的关系？哦，手表。
Good. That's the right answer.
哦，我还要再。哎，我怎么没有忘记哎？检查。
Are you a smoker?
No, definitely not.
Nice.
他吸烟，
Brilliant.
他有说他会下去吸烟。
Are you a smoker?
Yes, sir. I have a cigarette now and then to relax.
但是他不确定是不是吸电子烟，对不对？啊，还是因为他的英文是不一样的。
Are you a smoker?
Yes, I smoke cigarettes. I've tried to quit, but no luck.
他的英文是不太一样。我也记得他会吸烟，但是我不那时候他是说吸什么烟，
This is wrong.
所以他还是一
Are
样。
you a smoker?
Brilliant.
电子烟的英文是什么？
That's the right answer. I'll observe her instead. I'll observe her instead. I'll keep an eye on them instead.
哦，哎，等，我刚才没有仔细看到。哦，左手，他让我来怎样？他是什么？他是右撇子啊，他右撇子啊。啊，我这样也知道，我怎么知道他？等一下，我看一下，看看他手，都看起来都是右撇子啊。他只想表达是否吸电
I'm
子
right
烟的
again. That happens
名
to
字
me a
上
lot.
哦。因为他在他的房间，在那个人的房，在那个尸体的房间是有看到那个电子烟的那个算焦油吗？
Monsieur Fauché, may
Fauché.
I disturb you for a moment?
Of course. How can I help?
It is, of course, about the murder of Monsieur Ratchet. Can you tell me your movements last night?
I understand. Yesterday evening, I took a break at Vinkovsky station with Hotaru. We then went to our quarters in the staff accommodations, a section of the luggage car. Freya was there reading, and I went to bed right after. Freya is there now, I think, and Hotaru is in the kitchen. They can verify my story.
What time was this?
11:30 p.m. or a bit after. The snow is beginning to fall heavily.
I see. Thank you. Can you write your address on this paper, please?
You want to pay me a visit?
Who knows, Monsieur Fauché?
为什么他写字好怪哦？你是不是左撇子，然后骗我？他是不是左撇子，然后骗我说他是右撇子？你看他写字超奇怪的。
No, I'm wrong.
哦，没有，真的很没有。
Certainly right-handed.
哦，很单纯是不是
Are you a smoker?
I'm trying to quit, but yes. I'm now down to just 1 pack of cigarettes a week. If you're looking for a heavy smoker, you should talk to Hotaru.
不是他刚刚那个写字的方式，很像为了要骗我的那种写法。对啊，他就是说谎。
Monsieur Fauché.
Of course.
Thank you,
真的很
Monsieur
背
Fauché.
的哦。
I'll come back to you if.
你看刚刚那个写字的那个握法，就是有问题啊，对不对？看就觉得，哦。
You can never have too many of these.
竟然有40个，这么多。我这边有那个也很好笑，那个。都没有人哎，大家都在房间。
So, I hope you are progressing in your investigation.
I have not finished yet, but it is progressing. Yes.
问你真的越来越多哎，谜题越来越多了。
I will report to you as soon as I can.
So, Poirot.
I.
你怎么了？大丈夫ですか？
Monsieur Maury, would you have a few minutes to give me? I have some questions to ask you.
Do I look like I can answer questions? The room is spinning. My head is about to explode.
You were celebrating last night?
Celebrating? When Freya always wins. What am I saying? If you want my answers to your questions to make sense, help me recover. You see there, the magnet on the fridge. That is my special recipe. I call it my day after survival tonic. If you could make me my special tonic, I might survive long enough to answer your questions. John knows the recipe very well. He can help you with the preparation.
Very well, Monsieur Maury. If I must, I must. I will make you your day after survival.
他是一定是毛利小五郎的那个。
Et voilà.
Voilà. 半颗柠檬汁，气泡水。看起来应该不是。啊，不能关了是不是？就这样。
I can use this lemon squeezer to get juice if I find fruit.
那气泡水应该在这里呀，对不对？那看起来没啊，应该是要去找那个啦，找那个不需要，哎，不在这里啊。
missing half of the tonic ingredients.
应该差不多了吧？哇，真的假的？哎，这柠檬做的很真实。不是。那你柠檬汁出来啊！
I have all the ingredients for Monsieur Maury's tonic. I have to go and see Monsieur Fauché so he can prepare it for me.
那个冰箱都放什么？就放仓库翻呢、可以把配方记下来，自己调，是不是真的解酒？哎，对耶，我觉得应该蛮解酒的。
Of course, how can I help?
宿醉救星，通灵水。
Monsieur Fauché, I need your help to prepare a cocktail.
What is this phrase? This is music to my ears. What can I fix for you? A mojito? A gin and tonic? Or perhaps a martini? Shaken, not stirred?
It's not for me, but for Monsieur Maury.
Ah, his day after survival tonic. Unfortunately, I know it well.
Here is everything that was listed on the magnet.
Excellent. I can take it
气泡水、柠檬。
I'm uncertain about the lemon juice. Is it half a lemon or full lemon for the recipe?
我怎么知道？我刚刚挤半颗，就是半颗吧？哎呀，凯哥哥，整颗半颗，我觉得应该是半颗，因为我刚刚挤了半颗。但是他凯哥哥是一个很会喝酒的人，他说整颗，我刚才是我只挤半颗啊，半颗。
Half a lemon.
I can't remember if Hotaru prefers it with ginger or without. Do you remember?
Ginger.
I can assure you that he will want the ginger.
半颗是半颗，我不怕酸，我都是加柠檬角啦，不加新鲜柠檬啦。
There you are, sir. Hotaru will be himself again.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
我下礼拜尾牙，我先调一杯，带去喝。应该说先调一杯，在公司就是那个回家的路上喝。来了。
Here you go, Mr. Maury. I hope this will help you.
Thank you very much. Please give me a moment while this takes effect. It will be a while, I'm afraid. But I will not move from the kitchen.
Since I have to wait, do you know where I can find Mademoiselle Nielsen?
She is in the staff quarters in the luggage car. If the door is locked, John will have the key.
Thank you. I will return. I hope you have a speedy recovery.
哇，他看起来真的很糟哎，状况真的很糟哎，太惨烈了吧？哦，员工宿舍还不错啊。
It's locked.
哎，不是啊，那你不是你要马上给我啊？你不是在那边啊？你有来就好。来，钥匙给我。
Monsieur Maury told me that you are the one who has the key to open the luggage car door. I will need it.
Yes, that's right. Here it is. Please don't forget to give it back.
解酒什么的就算了吧，多喝水比较重要。解酒是再喝一口。 没有错，解酒其实就是要喝大量的水。
Could you visit the passengers who are in their rooms and explain there has been an error with their allergy and diet form?
But Monsieur Poirot, I made no errors.
Of course not. Call it a computer error.
Yes, it is possible, but even if I can see this is part of your investigation, I do not understand it.
I would ask that you observe which hand each passenger uses.
Ah, you wish to know if they use the right or left hand when they write?
That is my intention.
I will take on this mission for you.
Excellent.
X。再喝一口，回魂酒。说不定下个礼拜尾牙结束之后，然后我就
It's open now.
我就喝醉了来那个喝醉的状态来直播。天哪，他们休息室在这里，太惨烈了吧
Hello, Mademoiselle Nielsen. May I ask you a few questions?
I don't have a minute. My career is ruined, and it's not my fault.
But how did this terrible thing come to pass?
My supplies, passenger luggage, our living space. There is so little room. I gave the cargo handlers in Istanbul strict instructions how to stack my crates containing the ingredients I need for my desserts. So as one box is used up, it can be discarded.
And these fools of cargo handlers did not follow your instructions?
Ignored completely. I have 4 crates that must be moved from there to here to correct the order they are stacked. But placing the wrong crate on top of a smaller crate will crush it, its contents, and my career.
Calm yourself,
我听不懂。
I understand. So, the problem is these 4 crates must be moved there. But carefully.
Yes. I have to move these 4 boxes from this location to here.
这有什么难吗？
There's not much space to move the boxes, and I have to be careful never to put a bigger box on top of a smaller one, or the smaller crate will be destroyed.
The problem is
不
clear.
是啊，你就把它放，
I shall
这
assist
有
you.
很难吗？就小游戏。阿凯哥哥下礼拜五也尾牙，大的不能。哦。仓库翻。
Et voilà.
这也
A
蛮简单的。
lifesaver.
Or at least a dessert saver.
Thank you.
你
Thank
把
you.
我管
I
着
will
睡，
gladly answer
却不让我
questions.
陪，却不陪我睡。Easy 啦。
Can you tell me your movements of last night?
Last night after dinner, I stayed in the kitchen until 12:15 a.m. Then I joined Jean and Hotaru in our quarters. And we...
我们都安安静静。
All of us read quietly in our beds until we fell asleep.
A very studious staff. However, Monsieur Maury doesn't seem to have followed the same literary pursuit as the others. And these rum bottles, do they have something to do with his
这个
hangover?
扑克牌，有问题哦。
I rather think that you didn't just read last night.
What makes you say that?
I spoke to Monsieur Maury. He seemed to be quite hungover.
一个人睡双人，我后来很喜欢一个人，我觉得睡单人床其实又有另外一种很怎么讲，就是会有一种空间包覆感。
You don't understand. It's late when we're off duty, but we need to unwind. And now there's been a murder? Yes, I admit it. We went overboard last night. But please don't tell Mr. Book. It's against regulations. We could all be fired.
Mademoiselle, I realize your difficult
他跟毛利
jobs
先生
have
只
been
有
made more
盖棉
difficult.
被传
But
染
as you say, there has been a murder. I must have the truth.
Of course. I'm so sorry.
It's not such a crime. I'll leave it there and check in with Monsieur Fauché.
对啊，我也觉得没什么大不了的，但是我觉
Would
得
you
毛利
mind
先生很
writing
诡
your
异哦，
address on this paper? I'm asking
因为
everyone
那
on the
个
train for addresses.
那个
In case
扑克
I
牌
need
更
to
久，
contact them once they leave the train in Paris.
I understand.
哦，哪有人这样握笔的？看起来就是是不是看起来就是左撇子？
Yes, that's it. Mademoiselle Nielsen is right-handed.
但另外一边堆满衣服就不会空虚寂寞。
Do you smoke?
No, I never have.
Thank you.
No, I have.
Thank you for your answers, Miss Nielsen.
You're welcome.
好，这是毛利先生。
Come to Poirot, my exquisitely sculpted friend.
如果这样来看的话，40几个哇，18，对啊，这个酒不是在那个
Empty rum bottles?
我还没有喝过纯莱姆
Forget the
酒，
cards. I suspect
蛮
they
想喝
were
看看的。
reading diamonds and spades instead of books.
对，对，在那间小屋啊。来，先生，
It's better. Thank you.
Then
Thank
may I
you.
ask you some questions? It will not take long.
Quickly, please. I have hungry passengers to feed.
Très bien. Can you tell me your movements last night?
Oh, nothing special. When I went off duty, I joined John and Freya in a compartment. I read for a short while, then went to bed early.
Reading? I'm not sure you have recovered enough to tell me the truth. Don't waste what little energy you have recovered to lie, Monsieur Mori.
Yes, sorry, Mr. Poirot.
对啊，你
You're
是
right.
傻逼哦！
It
搞
obviously
骗，
wasn't
还想
reading
骗
that made my head hard like that. But if you told Monsieur Book, it could mean
对啊，不是你们就可
I
以，
will
我们就
keep
跟你
your
讲说
secret, but I
帮
am
你保密啦。
investigating a murder. You must tell me the truth.
Thank you.
Please write your address on this paper.
My address? I don't see why.
I think I hear Monsieur Book approaching.
My address?
My address
Yes, of course.
每个都看起来嘛，
Another right-handed person.
每个看起来都，
Not surprising.
所
Most
以
people
就
are.
所以不是左撇子人杀死那个，
You are a heavy smoker.
My job. It is very stressful.
Would you happen to know who vapes on the train? A banana flavor?
Oh, yes. The smell disgusts me. What is wrong with a good
电子烟
tobacco?
其实它有个香香的味道，它很多味道都比较
I've
香。
only seen one person who vapes. It's Captain Arbuthnot.
Captain Arbuthnot. I see.
哦，I
Your
see。
testimony was invaluable to me.
一定有左撇子，只是还没找到。
Take care, Monsieur Mori. My
Banana.
palate depends on your good health. Here is your key. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
About the little favor I asked of you.
Aha, but of course. I was able to get new allergy forms from guests who were in their compartments. Monsieur McQueen, Monsieur Masterman, Count and Countess Andreni, they are all right-handed. I also asked Princess Dragomirov, but she had her assistant, Madame Schmidt, sign for her. She is right-handed as well.
You have exceeded my expectations. Well done. Thank you, Monsieur Fauché. I'll come back to you if I have more questions.
So, Poirot.
I...
所以那个上尉怪怪的。就他，怪怪的，怪怪的，没有错，他怪怪的。
Captain Arbuthnot, I know that you are the only person on this train to smoke e-cigarettes. We found a vial of e-liquid at the crime scene. Will you talk to me about this, or should I pass on what I've learned to the police?
All right.
All right.
Come in if you must.
I have just a few questions for you.
Very well. Let's hear them.
The young English lady, Mademoiselle Debenham, was at the Tocatlian Hotel. Perhaps you met her there?
We exchanged a few words. Fellow Brits abroad, that sort of thing.
What can you tell me about Mademoiselle Debenham?
Nothing whatsoever. We barely spoke.
The director of the Orient Express, Monsieur Bouc, thinks the assassin is a woman.
And that is enough to accuse her? She had nothing to do with this murder.
How can you be so certain?
The idea is absurd. Ratchet was a perfect stranger to her. She'd never seen him before.
Ah, did she tell you so?
Well, yes, maybe she did. She may have commented once upon his somewhat unpleasant appearance. If a woman is concerned, as you seem to think, to my mind, without any evidence, I can assure you that Miss Debenham could not possibly be implicated.
It is clear that the captain is defending Miss
喜欢人家哈。
a woman he supposedly doesn't know very well. What were you doing last night around 1:15?
1:15? I believe I was still talking to that young American fellow, Mr. McQueen, the secretary of the man who was killed. We were in his compartment.
He was a friend or acquaintance of yours?
No, I never saw him before this journey. We'd hit it off at dinner, and the conversation continued into the early hours.
Until what time was that?
Until 1:45 or so. Then I retired to my room and went to sleep.
There is nothing you can recall last night that in any way struck you
他的
as
对啊，
suspicious?
很特别，他是那个
Mere
啊
detail.
Allow me
战
to be
争
the judge.
Well, before
他
returning
是
to
什么
my
上
room,
上
I
校
went to
上
the
尉，
lounge car to get a glass of water. When I was passing through the first-class corridor, I noticed that the door, which is just after your room, 201, was not quite closed, and the person who was inside peered out in a furtive sort of way. Then he closed the door quickly.
哎，他会不会是那个阿姆斯壮的同袍？
Caught my attention. Struck me as a bit odd.
I understand.
所以就是阿姆斯壮
Thank you for
就是
letting me know.
叫他来杀他。
Could you write down your address here, please?
My address? If you insist.
This man is right-handed. Is this e-cigarette liquid yours?
What flavor is it?
Banana.
Well, that is awkward. That's my flavor of choice. But I have no idea what it was
抽烟
doing
抽
there.
banana 的
Can
口
you
味
explain how
好
it
特
ended
别
up
哦。
there?
I have no idea.
我觉得是那个女生有问题。
That's the truth.
那个英国的那个女生有问题。
Thank you, Captain.
You're welcome.
她是不是跟他共度一夜之后，把他的那个交友偷藏起来，然后在杀他的时候就把他丢在那边？对呀。又是晕船的最好那个吗？哎，
Captain Arbuthnot is the only passenger to smoke an e-cigarette. Even if this liquid in Ratchet's room is a solid clue,
一定是晕船呐，一定是的。
He has an alibi. I cannot accuse him without any other
没错。
My little gray cells did not let me down.
奥尔森小姐。奥尔森小姐在哪里啊？奥尔森。哦，不是啊，是他。
Pardon this intrusion, Mademoiselle Olsen, but something you told me earlier confuses me.
Oh, please, come in.
Oh, come in.
How can you be sure Mademoiselle Debenham was in bed all night?
As I told you, I am a very light sleeper. The slightest noise wakes me up. If Fraulein Debenham had gotten out of her bed, I would have heard her. I got up this morning around 8 a.m. She was sleeping soundly.
我说过了，我非常浅眠，只要一点声音我就吓着。我今天早上8点起床左右，他还在熟睡。哪一句在说谎？他也不算说谎吧，他不是被下药吗？如果
That does not prove she's lying. She may be telling the truth, but I cannot be certain.
刚在肉老师那边看到可怕的要来找我啊？什么可怕的？下面可怕的？我说过了，我非常浅眠。哎呀，所以我猜我这4个答案，我竟然可以猜到最后只剩。
Are you certain you would have heard her?
Yes.
刚刚有人
Why are you asking?
刚刚有人张交章鱼吗？哈？选的。
I spoke to Mademoiselle
人类的
Debenham and she told me
Oh my
that she got
god!
up around 5 o'clock in the morning.
哇，这个文本有
She
点太……
opened the door and looked
等说
down
我
the
要去
corridor.
看。
It was then that she saw a woman in a red kimono.
是跟君
How do
主
you
吗？什么
explain
东西？什么东
I
西？
think I must have been sleeping
在
very
挺后面的，
soundly not to have heard it. Oh, but does that
是不是
make
有画面
me
吗
a？ suspect?
I am not accusing anyone, Mademoiselle. Do not
等
worry.
说等等
I
等，
am
好，
just
没问题。
trying to determine what happened last night. Thank you for your testimony.
超母汤。跟夺心魔，真的假的？好可怕！哎，等下还没啦。哎，怎么录完话就按下去了啦？ 不是的，有一个错了啦！哎呦，重来啦，烦呢。
That's the right answer.
没什么画面哈，没什么画面啊，这么可惜。有马我就不去看了。好好笑啊！他竟然说有马我就不看了。没太大动作，不过女的完全无码。哇，真的假的？老板一直在说重分，然后就自己看这些。我有错过吗？没有。就是因为现在不是就是在那个，就是因为我现在有点不太清楚，现在就有谁会比较想要看黄油，然后所以我现在给那个身份组有点不知道怎么开口，说你会想要看黄油吗？啊，我给你好了，但也很奇怪啊。然后或是说我也不能公告说有人需要黄油的话，请私讯我，我再给你身份组，也很奇怪。然后我就一直在思考着，我到底要怎么给人家黄油的身份组，让他阿姨我没给你吗？我应该要给你的啦，你一测出 L 这个，我就立刻给你的啊。那个很近嘛，就是一些生猛海鲜。
There is no trace of the murder weapon.
所以我就想说，我要怎么就是就是对很难定义，就是我看得到老瑞，那是看得到老瑞的是因为我大概知道有哪一些人是就是会看，然后也可以看，我就会先给，像藤啊，然后像阿 K 啊，然后贾佑啊，女郎啊，那就是之前有看过玩过黄油的，我都有给过，对啊。但是就是我不确定其他人，像可能上次微微有来看，然后我就想啊，我可以给微微，然后因为我还不知道还有谁想看啊。
Left-handed person and with different strength. For the moment, everyone I have checked is right-handed.
我觉得其实右撇子几率也可能因为他有可能是抱着他刺他，会不会？俄罗斯公主。
You still have many avenues to explore?
Indeed, the case is far from over.
所以没有的人不是因为没有的人其实不是不给，而是我不知道，我怕我给了，然后结果其实他根本不喜欢看这种，那我给他造成他的困扰。
So this is our culprit? Do we hold him?
No, unfortunately, this bottle belongs to Captain Arbuthnot, but he has an
因为有些人喜欢的不一样，有些人喜欢的黄油不是，就他可能不喜欢这种。
Monsieur Book, Monsieur Poirot.
晨晨想看，那晨晨有在那个，晨晨几岁？等一下，晨晨几岁？我是怕晨晨不是对，晨晨你是不是没有？你有对啊，你要对，因为你要证明你要18岁啊。啊，我知道了啦。应该说拍工作证，对啊，是没错啦，臭直男，对哦，等一下晨晨说你怎么可以这样问我啊？赫伯德真的要证明18岁，真的很证明几岁真的很难我怕晨晨年纪很小，等一下误入了那个大人的世界。我刚刚本来想说那给晨晨啊，然后就后来想到，对耶，对耶，要证明有能力买会不一定啊。 你还记得之前那个？
I demand to be allowed to leave this train!
Madame, we are in the mountains, trapped in a snowdrift.
Stating the obvious, there is a murderer among us. He had the audacity to hide his weapon in my room.
Please, Madame Hubert, take a
我就
deep
觉得是
breath
他的
and tell
他的
us
秘
what
书有问
occurred.
题。
Where did you find the knife?
I wanted to get a handkerchief from my purse, and when I opened it, I saw it. A bloody knife. Am I next to be murdered?
I very much doubt the murderer would give you his weapon.
What do you mean?
Madame, he would have used it.
Oh, I have it.
Did you touch the knife?
Of course not. What a question.
I will take that as a no.
Wow.
Is this knife the real murder weapon, or is it a red herring?
Mrs. Hubbard is distraught, Poirot. I should stay with her. Please go on without me.
I have every right to be distraught. Thank you, Mr. Book.
Mr. Book. Eh, 我要去哪里？百八子装可爱，但是那是很低阶的啊。203，203。哎，不是，他不在203，他在那个。不是你啦，他在10，对。
Dr. Constantine, we may have found our murder weapon. We need to make certain.
There is a pretty quick way to be sure. I have estimated the depth of the wounds. You can easily find the depth of each wound by comparing the width. There are 5 of them that I am not sure about. Test them, and then we will compare our results.
I will do as you say, Doctor.
针对每一道，啊，深度1，我怎么知道它深度是几？长度吗？
I do not
不是啊，那
think
我
that's the
等，
right answer.
我怎么知道它是多少啊？ 就看长度吗？
I must admit, I'm not
看血迹的位
right
置。 啊？看血迹的位置，什么意思？可是它的宽度也没写啊，大一点吧？你说？
I do not think
那我
that's the right answer.
那我要怎么知道？好，就很大哦，这假的这么大？ 真的哎
Think, Poirot. That is. No. This is wrong. I must admit I'm not right. That's the right answer. What do you think, Doctor? Is this knife really the murder weapon?
There can be no doubt.
You found the same depths as the estimates I made during the
我刚刚看错，我看成上面的那个，我看成是上面的长度，其实要看宽那个，我那个看错了。
Thank you. I feel way better now.
The rest gave you time to sleep off most of the effects of the drug.
I'm still a bit groggy.
That's understandable.
Are you able to continue your story now?
Yes. Yes, I think so. Where was I?
You were explaining how you returned to the Armstrong house to tell them their poor little child was dead.
Yes, that's it. I felt helpless. My part in the case was officially over, but I knew I couldn't let it go. Daisy deserved justice. Two days later, I returned to the Armstrong house to tell them Daisy would be released soon for burial. I was angry with myself that I couldn't bring them better news. I wasn't prepared for more tragedy.
啊？不会那个吧？不会那个死掉了吧？
Hello, Miss Moreau. I'm here to see Colonel Armstrong.
Good morning, Detective. Colonel Armstrong is upstairs. He isn't well.
你还敢在这个家？你如果早点说，他说他状况不好哎。
Good morning, Colonel Armstrong. Is your wife here?
Here? No, Sonia is not here. Always one step behind. She died of a miscarriage last night. My wife, Daisy, and our baby. My whole family is gone.
I'm so sorry. I came straight here this morning. I received word that you can arrange for Daisy to be returned to you for burial. I didn't know.
Well, then, now you don't have to come back. I can arrange for Daisy, my wife, and our unborn child to be buried all at once. Very efficient. Being a military man, I can appreciate efficiency.
I know how hard this must be for you.
No, you don't know. I don't want your sympathy. I want you to do your bloody job and catch the creature that did this.
I know you won't believe me, but I swear to you, I will find who did this. If it takes me to the far corners of the earth, I will find them.
Then go. Please go now. Go find them.
保姆先把他辞退了吧，那个保姆真的是不行哎，晕船还好意思住人家家。
The house that once held the laughter of a child now feels so empty. I'm not giving up. I'm a part of this case.
不能跟他讲话，可恶！我不能羞辱他，可恶！这晕船。
All units, Hike is in the vicinity of the cabin where Daisy Armstrong was found, spotted a pickup truck drive through the barricade tape, and then head up the dirt road toward where the subject cabin is located. Any car nearby who can respond?
Unit 28, we can respond, but we're a ways away.
赶出来玩就不要晕船，
This
没
is
错。
11. I'm on it.
Copy that. 11, you good to go.
Copy that.
11就只有他一个人吗？不愧是11。哦，真的有东方快车，就是困在雪中的事情。
Okay, there's the pickup. Let's see who ignored our barricade tape. 11 here. I'm at the cabin. Someone has broken in.
Are you requesting backup?
Not yet. I'm going to take a look around.
要啦
Copy that,
要啦
Eleven.
，11要啦，你自己一个人呢？我真的受不了这种单枪匹马的，单枪匹马很容易死掉哎、欸。
An individual has entered a police-secured area. I have to stop him first. Footprints. A forensics evidence identification marker. Forensics had to go through this place with a fine-tooth comb.
不是啊，我这样进去会不会就跟他？有没有人藏在这边？没有人。
He's not here. That's where I found Fluffy, Daisy's special toy. I hope we returned him to the family. 3892. Oh, when the poor deer was killed.
3892一定是密码啦，一定是。
A forensic duct tape to silence Daisy's screams. Damn it, Daisy. I will find whoever did this to you.
好，好，我去外面找人了。
An individual
凶手真的很狠我觉得杀小孩的人是最过分的，杀小孩跟就是你怎么会这么狠？虽然讲废话啦，不是啊，人家没看到人呢。还是我又错过了什么？心理变态？对啊，就是你如果真的你要撕票的话，我应该说你要绑架的话，你应该正常来说就是可能说，哎，你是
An individual has entered.
对啊，管制不就在这里而已吗？我不是都进去看过了吗？下面可以对，竟然有
A gold mustache. Thank you very much.
表示这边是有什么秘密还没有。对啊，他进来了。他进来了，然后我没看到人啊。这边还有什么封锁线吗？步行下去啊。那车子他又不给我看，他要说什么？他破出。哦，这边。
Don't shoot, officer. I'm on your side.
Sir, keep your hands where I can see them.
Sure, no problem.
Sir, this is a crime scene. Who the hell are you?
I'm a reporter. Boston 6 News. You can get us on cable even here in the mountains.
They haven't heard of crime scene tape in a big city like Boston?
All right, that wasn't my best move. I got all excited. I didn't expect to find the place deserted. It was hard to resist.
You should have tried harder. I'm placing you under arrest.
You should be thanking me. Look what you apparently missed and I found.
We'll get to that, but you're going to answer some questions first.
I'm more used to asking questions, but fire away.
印象
Who are you exactly?
I'm Michael Clark, journalist for Boston 6 News. Off camera, but someday I'm going to be anchor. You just wait.
Do you have a way to prove that?
My press card's in my truck.
What are you doing here? You should know a crime scene is off limits.
I'm investigating the Daisy Armstrong kidnapping like you.
Does the pickup parked in front of the cabin belong to you?
Yes, indeed, it's mine.
I'll check. Show me your hands. I'm gonna cuff you.
I'm sure we can work out a deal.
Put your hands in front of you.
Aren't you going to read me my rights?
You have the right to remain silent. I really wish you'd exercise that one. Dispatch, this is 11. I intercepted a suspicious individual at the crime scene. I'll check to determine how badly he's compromised it. Then I'm bringing him in.
Copy that, Detective Locke.
Oh? Eh?
Candid photos of the entire Armstrong family. A reporter just doing his job. Or something else?
旁边那个这样都被我做，对啊，
Clark's press card and the phone number of the newspaper is
1617
on it. Good, I can give him a call.
61348。
The glove compartment is closed.
Oh?
Telephoto lens. Not so surprising for a journalist.
错。他说多少？61348734873487。
Score. 1 for the good guy.
Hi, I'm Detective Joanna Locke, Berkshire Police. I'd like to speak to an editor, please.
One moment, please. Hello, Detective Locke? This is Abby Wilson. I'm a senior editor. What can I do for you?
Does a man named Michael Clark work for you?
Yes, he does. Why?
When was the last time you heard from him?
Oh, it's been at least 7 or 8 months. That's not unusual.
He works in the field?
Yes, Michael Clark is what we call a stringer. He works as a freelancer, comes up with a story we can use, we pay him, and we don't hear from him again for several months.
What kind of stories does Mr. Clark write?
Mr. Clark is an investigative reporter. Mostly crime stories, to tell you the truth. He comes up with some pretty macabre stuff some of the time. Is there a problem? Or a story?
Do you remember what the last case he investigated was?
It was a murder case. The victim was a millionaire named James Miller. He was called the Frozen Fish King of Gloucester, Massachusetts. His body turned up in one of his nets. Or, rather, most of it did.
Ah, well, thank you, Ms. Wilson. You've been a great help to me.
Pleasure. I hope he's not in trouble. He can be a little pushy, but he's a good guy overall. So what's he working on now, Detective? Are you sitting on a story?
Thanks again.
That's good. Okay.哦
I don't need to talk to the
我
suspect
现在
right
不需要
now.
跟他讲话，是不是？这么凶。他说后面要去调查后面。好，看来3892，印象中。
Yes, I knew I could do it. I can always use safe cracking as
是
a career
我
move.
是我吗？不是你。这怎么说？锁的声音很好笑。
There. Now let's see what secrets you're hiding.
我靠，真的假的？我这样下去不会被冰冰冰蹦蹦吗？啊，不会的原因我知道为什么，因为
What the
我
hell is that gas can doing here?
又要解密，又要解那个了吗？是不是又要？对啊，我是不是又要这
The cap's been damaged.
完了又要解，
And some
所以等一
gasoline
下
is
要
leaked
烧
out.
起来了。我猜，哎，等一下又要大解谜。现在有没有人？最讨厌那么多房间，真的很讨厌。哦哦哦哦哦哦哦，它只能开一个。嗯？哦，我要看管线是不是？
Help yourself, Joanna. You earned it.
哦，很暗欸。对啊，很复杂欸。哇，这是什么？我是要开灯。等一下来开灯。
This bunker looks like it's as old as the cabin. Everything is falling apart.
啊，要开那个啦，要开这个。先把这个。
No, doesn't work.
好，要把这个管线都通。这样，这总共有3个吗？那断掉了呢。 好，这个是通这里的，然后这样，哦，这个是这样子通。好，我要先进去看一下，墙壁上这个，墙壁上这个是中间的线，好，中间的线靠北哦，太复杂了啦。 中间的线是，这样，这个啦， 好，这个，哦，这是那个炸药的那个
This blueprint.
对。
It looks like the bomb in the cabin. The kidnapper built the bomb here.
对，那个贱人。好，里面这一条出来，好，我们来读一下啦。哎，用读的。这个我觉得就是中间，好，这个不用动。然后呢，我们还有一个嘛，里面那个，我读右边。好的，这样就是来了。
Doesn't work.
说的也是，怎么可能会这么爽？好，下面那条线，下面这条线出来，哦。这没猜错啊！这我猜对啦，所以是这个。好，我猜这，这样进去，没错，就是猜一猜。
No, doesn't work.
哪里？好，最后一条线，左边。我刚才是说什么？左边？对，左边。好，这是左边呐，这比较没那么过分。这边都没音乐，好可怕哦。
Doesn't work.
虾米？完了啦！他没有办法那个，他靠背哦。不对吗？什么？那我看一下怎么样？如果这是左边，还是右边，还是这中间，好不好？我们以他的常常会，哇，不是啊，
No, doesn't work.
不是因为它这个很暗，然后那个很难看得到那下面呢？对吗？这下面吗？这真的很暗呢。下面这条啊，过来，下面。对啊，下面啊，下面。我刚刚是不是看错条？都变成右边这一条了，下面变右边这一条，右边变成左边，可能这个错了。这是错的。那这个是对的，这样的。然后，好，先这样。对呀、水电配成这样会不会配呀、
Let there be light.
哦，原来是我有一条看错。哦，有灯，真的不一样。哇，有点紧张哦。
Perfect, it works.
有没有人？有没有人？有没有人？有没有人？有没有人？没有人，好，没有人。怪怪的，怪怪的，先检查一下。2月多少？2月24号，虾米 party 哦，然后那个阿姆斯创的party 啊，就是要绑架，真的很贱我又要转。嗯？
Damn, that isn't it.
所以不会是又是3，然后3892这么无聊的数字吧？
No, that didn't work.
为什么？我这是要把干扰关掉哦。好的。
Could use a new light bulb.
哦，还要我换？是。所以要先关掉这个是不是？啊。 哦，哦，哦，哦
That isn't the right combination.
啊？ 对啊，
Yes, I knew I could do it. I can always use safe cracking as a career move.
好可怕哦！我不能停下，因为我刚才停下来了。又要解炸弹了吗？哦，风车跟那个
It's Daisy's hair clip, the same as the picture I saw at the Armstrong house.
啊，是不是？所以它其实
An expensive-looking pen with the initials JM. What's its story?
Oh,
that looks like a hair caught in the band around the money. Forensics will tell me for sure, but that doesn't look like Daisy's color. These get locked up again until forensics get here.
好。我觉得那个车子里面的警察已经走了。我要把灯开起来。我要出去打架，我觉得要出去打架。
I'll secure the bunker for forensics. Progress at last.
拿走人生游戏结，人生游戏结束。我是他还在，我以为他不会跑走。
I don't need to talk to the suspect right now.
哪里
I don't need to talk to the suspect right now.
他不是说
Somebody ignored the barricade tape.
不是啊，他不是说我要干嘛？汽油桶我检查完了，不是吗？啊，我还要再回去，我以为我检查完了，还是啊，是不是要在这里？哦。
The gas can I found in the bunker would match this outline perfectly.
他是要回来毁尸灭迹，对不对？嗯哼。
I don't need to talk to the suspect right now.
要开那个锁。
The glove compartment is closed. Telephoto lens.
对啊，可是我刚刚好像也没有。这边。这样，有钥匙吗？没有啊。这边啊。我就知呀。
Car keys in the sun visor. A classic hiding place. At least on TV. Clerk's driver's license seems to be in order.
我以为他这是什么新的那个对啊，他也很像。Chicago Museum。所以在。
The vehicle registration is not in the name of Michael Clark or a rental company.
他说是他的车啊。
Okay, time for forensics to attack that bunker. And Clark? He's too sure of himself. I need to get him into an interrogation room and find out what really makes him tick.
I know my rights. You can't keep somebody locked up in a car like this, you know. You wouldn't do it if I was a dog. Do they have bathrooms at the station?
他真的好啰嗦。
I have the right to make a phone call, Detective whatever your name is.
That phone is an outside line.
Hello, boss. It's Michael Clark. I'm still on the Armstrong kidnap, but there's a small problem. I got caught being someplace I shouldn't be. I'm at the police station. No, I'm not under arrest. Just questioning. Fire me. Why? The station's integrity? You're kidding me, right? If you think I've screwed up that badly, then fire me. Got that? Fire me. Yes, do it.
他说 fire.
That didn't go well.
I think I got my point
他说
across.
fire me.
What happens
所以应
now?
该是要叫他烧掉那个地方 fire。我觉得他在指使那个人。
Now that we've taken your DNA, we can begin. Interview of suspect Michael Clark, 6 p.m., March 30th, 2019. This interview is being recorded.
By elves behind the mirror, no doubt?
You were arrested at a crime scene where you damaged police barricade tape.
I'll pay for a new role.
That's a Class A misdemeanor, and it carries a $500 fine.
他就说我在警察局了，我去了不该去的地方。
Where were you on the night Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped?
I was watching TV in my motel room, but I had my police scanner on.
所以
I heard the
他
first
知道
reports
警
that
察
the
知
little
道那
girl
个地
was
方。
missing. No way the police at the scene were going to let me get close. I set my alarm so I could get on the story
因为他一
first
直在
thing in
调
the
查他们
morning
家。
and tried to sleep. It was difficult.
Can anybody confirm where you were?
No, afraid not. I was alone and sleepless. A sad combination. And I realized a bad alibi.
Let's start with why you went to the cabin.
If the police were interested in it, I was interested in it.
That pickup of yours. That's a very nice ride. Especially for a stringer who only gets a few stories on the air. How can you afford it?
When Boston 6 does use a story, they pay okay.
That truck is top of the range. How much did it set you back? $55,000, $60,000?
When I have to, I do what everybody else does. I take out a loan. How about you, detective? You got a loan on your car?
He's enjoying himself. I need to throw him off balance somehow, surprise him into making an error.
Explain to me again how you got to the crime scene.
I listened in on the police radio frequency. Anybody can do it with a scanner. I headed for the crime scene in my trusty pickup, like I've done for years. After the forensic team left, I needed to see the crime scene for myself. I got to the bunker just before you arrived.
You said you've been driving that pickup for years?
You heard right. Thanks to it, I never miss a story.
You say you've been using your pickup for years, but the title certificate is not in your name. The truck belongs to somebody named Stephen Baker.
Okay, I don't get why the pickup is so important to you, but I guess my ego made me say that. Yeah, the pickup was lent to me by a friend. I couldn't afford it even with a loan.
I think you stole it, Mr. Clark. You needed a pickup like that for our mountain roads, so you stole that one.
Try proving it. But while you run off on some wild goose chase, you can't hold me.
Let's move on to the gas cans and what we found in your pockets when you were brought in here today.
That sounds exciting.
In addition to the gasoline in the back of your pickup and another in the bunker, you had a lighter and gloves in your pockets. You were going to set fire to the bunker and every scrap of evidence inside.
Where to begin? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I wasn't planning to use these things to destroy the crime scene. I've been around crime scenes my entire career. I brought the gloves so as not to contaminate it with my fingerprints. The gas can in the back of my pickup, I use it to put gas in the truck. Gas stations are few and far between in your mountains. I didn't know there was a gas can in the bunker. If that's true, I did you a favor. My arrival obviously scared off somebody planning to burn everything.
Do you also have an excuse for your lighter?
The lighter? I'm trying to quit smoking. I used the lighter as a reminder not to start again.
这贱人。
You say you're a journalist, a stringer for Channel 6 News in Boston.
I sell my stuff to lots of media outlets.
Your camera was in your pickup. You didn't want to take pictures of the crime scene?
I like to get the lay of the land. Once I see the story I want to tell, then I start documenting it.
I don't know any journalist who works a case without their camera close at hand.
He thinks he's invincible. I need to play his ego. That's the key.
What are you doing in the Berkshires? And what is your connection to the Armstrong case?
For the past few months, I've been working on a big case. Boston 6 News was looking forward to my next story. The Armstrongs have been on my list of potential targets for a long time. I changed gears when Daisy was kidnapped and started investigating the Armstrongs.
可能目标开始调查，没有吧？
So you just stumbled on a major kidnapping story during your stay in the Berkshires?
Yeah, I was researching PCBs in the river for crying out loud. Then, wow, the Armstrongs. That's not a Science Sunday report. That's a lead. Sometimes you just get lucky.
Your camera in the pickup. There were photos of Daisy from before she was kidnapped.
The Armstrongs are a famous family, like the Kennedys or Hollywood couples. Gossip sites love them. People want to see how they live. I started out just stealing candid shots. Paparazzi live on getting that one exclusive shot. Steamy, intimate, whatever. Then when the kidnapping happened, I realized I was here first. What an opportunity. And I jumped at it.
You have an answer for everything.
You're not very good at this, are you? How long have you been on the job?
Long enough to put you away for life. If you killed that little girl.
糟糕。
I know that Clark is lying. I need to reconstruct the whole sequence of events in order to understand what happened.
哦，要还原，要还原了。我应该是这个。 我抵达小木屋，应该这个。哎，等一下。哎，打错了。 这样，这我也是，
That's it. No rookie mistake there. I'll tell you what really happened. You waited until forensics left and arrived in your probably stolen pickup. You grabbed a can of gasoline from the truck. You then went into the cabin to check if Daisy had been found. You then went straight to the bunker to see if it had been discovered, planning to set it on fire and destroy all the evidence inside. Before you could start the fire, you heard me arrive. So you hastily left your gas can and closed the hatch. You didn't think I could open the bunker. If I hadn't found you, I expect you would have burned down the cabin too.
I'm not gonna make fun of you, Detective, or how you handled my interrogation. You're obviously very new at this. I swear I'm telling the truth. I didn't know the bunker was there until the moment you showed up. I seem to have trumped your entire police force.
When I get the DNA results from the bunker, we'll continue this conversation.
You have no concrete evidence against me whatsoever.
The lab results will be in soon. You won't get away with this. See that call? That's your arrest warrant and a one-way ticket to prison. I'll be right back. Hello, sir. I think I found the man who kidnapped Daisy Armstrong. I'm interrogating him now.
Hold on, Detective Locke. I have some bad news. Someone set fire to the cabin in the bunker. The fire department is on the scene, but they say it's too late.
That's impossible. My suspect has been in the interrogation room with me all evening.
We can't hold him. Suzanne Moreau. Her fingerprints are on the wine bottle found in the cabin. We also found an unknown person's fingerprints, but they don't match your suspects.
Sir, with all due respect, I'm convinced Michael Clark is involved.
Detective, I'm cutting you some slack already. But we cannot hold your suspect simply because you're convinced he's guilty. We have evidence that Suzanne was working with an accomplice, Noah Garrity. I order you to release the reporter and arrest this Moreau.
Let me just check my last lead. The DNA analysis of the hair found in the bunker safe. The results just came in.
I know how hard this is. Okay. Get the DNA results. Detective Locke, I will give you 1 hour maximum. Then you close the file and arrest Suzanne Moreau.
Thank you, sir.
Suzanne Moreau. 可是他就是那个啊。
An extra computer so I don't have to go all the way out to my desk. An extra computer so I don't have to go all the way out to my desk. Case files. A lot of them for our tiny town. This is all a game to him, and he doesn't expect to lose. The only comfortable chair in the whole station. But there's no time to rest. I'll add these to the file. Anything that will erase Clark's smile.
哇，所以那么多共犯哦，也太多共犯了吧？那个在哪里？
I've earned a gold mustache.
他说给我1个小时。那我要去哪里？我把门关起来。他不是说给我1个小时去看报告？所以我还要再继续去看报告吗？我要再继续访问他吗？我不用。
An extra computer so I don't have to go all the way out to my desk.
我真的要去继续访问哦。
Who did you call earlier?
An editor from the Boston 6 News.
An editor you repeatedly said should fire you. That was your accomplice, wasn't it? You were telling him to start the fire.
An accomplice?
雷契特，共犯的名字。
I know it was Noah you called.
I'm saying nothing more without the presence of my lawyer.
Stay right where you are. I'm not done with you yet.
Wow. Do I hear grounds for a lawsuit?
Some poor innocent woman is being accused instead of you. You set her up, didn't you?
You have to let me go, Detective.
All I need is one more phone call to the lab. I know it's you, and I'm going to prove it. Hello, this is Joanna Locke. I need the results of the DNA test I asked you for.
Hi, Detective. Sorry, we only have the DNA sequence. We haven't had time to compare it with the suspects yet. It'll take 7 more hours. I'm sorry, but you are not the only one on the waiting list.
Send your analysis to my computer in the office. I'll do the comparison myself.
I need authorization.
I have a murderer who is going to walk free unless I get those results now.
Fine, we'll send it to you right away, but I'll have to log this.
It's my last chance.
Ow.哇，好难。这样对就好，是不是？他是麦克。ATG 跟 TTC ATG 跟 D 这不对 A。对，我是还是不是他 ？TTC 跟 ATG、ATT 跟 AGC， 不会全章放得下哦，不用全章是不是？哇，如果不用全章放得下的话，其实哇，这找比找威力还要难呢。威力在哪里？就是你找得到自由的一对哦。GTA， 我 TTCA 我是斜对角 ATTC 跟 ATG TTC ATG TTG TTC， 对，找到了。靠北不行，靠北我还想说我找到了嘞。TTC。还是其实是 ATG 说不定都可是如果是不明头发的话，可是真的是苏珊摩洛真的是他不可能是其他人吗？真的耶，这真的是他
No, Suzanne. I don't understand. I was sure it would be Clark's hair. I'll have to let him go.
怎么会这样？我还想说一定是克拉克，我想要抓他哎。啊，对啦，如果真的抓他，就不用再继续调查这件事情了。滚吧你！
You can leave.
Sorry it didn't work out for you, Detective. Maybe you should consider a career change.
We are not done.
Oh, but we are, my dear. We are done.
啊，他说他 we are done，
I
就
had no
是
choice but to return to the Armstrong house to arrest Suzanne Moreau.
他说是他们已经做完了，贱人呢，很贱呢。我猜苏珊应该自杀了，对不对？
The arrest warrant for Suzanne Moreau. Suzanne was set up by Clark and Noah. They are the kidnappers, but I'm not giving up. When Suzanne comes up for trial, I will fight for her defense. But for now, the district attorney is in charge. If I want to stay a detective, he always has the last word.
唉。对啦，就是因为这样才有后面的剧情啊。
The door is wide open. How strange.
宝明在那边看我哎。
Hey, is anyone there? Miss Moreau?
完了，我觉得不对。
Miss Moreau? This is Detective Locke.
他自杀了。
Miss Moreau, can you hear me? It's me, Detective Locke. You must get up now. Miss Moreau? Miss Moreau, can you hear me?
Suzanne Moreau is dead. There are no traces of blows or injuries on her body. She doesn't seem to have defended herself from anyone. It appears Suzanne killed herself by ingesting all these drugs.
吃安眠药又不会死。
Her glasses are missing.
对啊，他嘛惊无见呢。对啊，这边都要变凶宅了。
Suzanne's diary is missing.
没错，已经是被偷走了。哦，他妈妈也过世，他妈妈是真的，是我杀了黛西。如果我让他活着离开小屋，我怕他说出一切，我无法面对我自己。啊，就大家也这样。这个是什么意思？
She must have realized at last how she'd been used, and the self-righteous court of social media was as quick as usual to try and convict her.
等一下，所以是苏珊杀，苏珊什么意思？我不懂哎。所以是苏珊真的杀了黛西吗？我觉得苏珊最大的问题就是她在一开始就不愿意马上的承认这件事情。诶，这个还有一些。
Suzanne was telling the truth about her mother.
他最大的问题就是他没有一开始马上讲。
I'm at the Armstrong house.
Have you arrested Suzanne Moreau?
She's dead, sir. Apparent suicide, but I need a forensics team.
She killed herself out of remorse for her part in the crime.
We don't know that yet. I'm calling forensics now, but I wanted you to know.
What a mess. Stay on site until forensics arrive.
Yes, sir. Standing by.
The investigation was officially closed. I was certain that she was innocent, and Clark had been responsible for 4 deaths and then vanished into thin air. With $1 million. Dollars marked, though, and not easily spent. I didn't care if the case was officially closed.
I swore, Mr. Poirot, whatever it took, I would hunt him down.
Wow. 所以他就是追查，所以那个雷契特就是克拉克嘛，对吧？是吧？还是不是？是吧？
I waited for the forensics team, then went into the station to write my report. I was officially off the case.
Thank you, mademoiselle. That obviously cannot be the completion of your story. If I might ask a question?
Of course.
谁是雷契特？哦，雷契特就是诺亚，不是吧？是这个吧？
Michael Clark, the reporter. He was Ratchet?
Absolutely. I was the only law enforcement official to question Clark. I knew this wasn't his first kidnapping.
You looked for similar cases. What do you Americans call the MMOs?
Means, motive, and opportunity. Yes, I looked for someone in plain sight. Someone on the edge of a kidnapping case. Someone in plain view, keeping track of the investigations. An innocent witness, a concerned neighbor, even another reporter.
And eventually you found a name behind an alias.
Yes, I found a name. Cassetti, the real name.
Cassetti.
The real name of the man you call Ratchet is Cassetti.
This explains much, mademoiselle, but not all.
It explains why she is our #1 suspect.
But not how she came to be on this train. Attends, she has grown pale.
I don't know what's wrong with me. Excuse me, Mr. Poirot. I don't feel very well.
You are exhausted and still feeling the effects of the drug. Stay with us, mademoiselle. One more effort. I need to know your recent movements.
I snuck aboard the train.
This I observed. You came directly to this room?
Yes. Yes, and other than a couple of careful trips to the ladies yesterday, I never left this room. I didn't want to be spotted by Ratchet. Yesterday, I chatted with my roommate, Miss Schmidt, I think, here in our room. She brought me some dinner. I got very sleepy and nodded off.
And now she nods off again. Is this a joke? She must be faking, so we can't interrogate her further, Poirot.
No, Book. She really seems to have fallen asleep again. It is my fault. She must have been given a dangerous dose of sleeping pills last night. The effects should wear off soon, I hope, but I am afraid asking her to tell us her story was too much for her.
Pinch her, Poirot. She's faking.
Her eyes are dilated. She is not faking, and there will be no pinching. Dr. Constantine, please stay with her. Monsieur Bouc, ask the other passengers to gather in the dining car. There are still many questions I need to ask.
But all of them together? Won't someone overhear you questioning the others?
I will speak softly because
我会
I
小
am
声的说
trained
话，因为
to
我
do
受
so.
过训练。
They will speak softly because they want to.
Very well. I will do as you say.
啊，好啊，差不多了。既然已经2点多，我本来想说大概1点多，没想到一解再解，就是一直想解下去。真的很想要知道结局耶，很想知道是谁杀了谁。对啊，这段特别长，但其实也是其实弄了好久。没错，应该快结局了，应该吧？应该，说不定它那中间又穿插超多的。好啦，感谢大家，赶快去睡吧，辛苦了，大家晚安，拜拜。